Okay, dear learners, I will take a class today uh, on flowchart from English first paper. And you know that in this question, you have to answer 5 points or 5 phrases, and it takes basically 10 marks. And the question or topic is very tactful, and we have to answer it systematically and write in a very systematic way. And if you write without following the procedure or following the rules, you won't get any marks. So for this reason, this topic is very, very important in case of writing style. Okay, so let's start our class. Today, I am, look at the screen, I am Mahabub Alum, lecturer in English, morning shift, with Little Flower School and College. Okay. So welcome to online live class, how to write a flowchart.
Hello. Hello. Check.
Okay. Okay, sorry for technical problem. So please come to the point. We are discussing about the rules. So write in a phrase. So you have already understood what a phrase is. Okay. So point, list, short notes, part of a sentence. And one thing you have to keep in mind that don't write in a complete or full sentence. That means for writing a flowchart, you never write in a complete sentence having a subject, a verb, and the other part of the sentence. So in writing a flowchart, you must ignore this portion. Don't write in a complete or full sentence. Okay. Rule number 2, write following the given or first one, and you know that the first one will be given for your help. So you have to follow the first one, and if you do not follow the first one, and if you write without following the first one, and if you write according to your sweet will or according to your wish, the answer may not be correct. So you have to follow the first one and write all the next five ones following the 5 ones. Okay. Number 3, start with participle. Participle, you know, there are 2 types of participles, present participle, past participle. There are also perfect participle, and we are not discussing perfect participle here. So look at present participle and past participle. So look at here, what is present participle? Present participle basically forms verb plus ing, and you know present participle acts as an adjective. Okay, so here is an example also. He saw a sleeping dog. Look at the word sleeping dog. You know this word is formed by adding ing with the verb sleep. So this word is acting or doing as an working as an adjective. So sleeping dog, here the dog sorry, here sleeping basically indicates the state of the dog. So this word is basically acting as an adjective. Okay. Then gerund also forms as verb plus ing, but it actually acts as noun. And here is an example also. Example, walking is good for health. So walking, you know, walk plus ing, walking, but this walking actually indicates a noun or a name of an exercise. Okay, so walking is good for health. Then past participle, you know there are 3 forms of verb: present form or base form, past form, and then finally the past participle form. So you have to think about the past participle form of verb, and we can call it V3. Example, John had gone to London. So you see gone, the V3 form. Past form of verb, Mark bought a dictionary. So bought, and we have got bought from buy. So this is the past form. And then infinitive, you have to know about infinitive for writing flowchart. Infinitive forms 2 plus V1. V1 indicates the present or base form of verb. the present form or base form of verb. Example, Henry studied hard to achieve the target. So here, to achieve 2 plus V1. So to achieve is an infinitive verb here. So we have got some rules from here. Again, come to the rules. Number 3, start with participle present or past, gerund, and we have got already gerund, infinitive, past form of verb, base form of verb, noun, adjective. Sometimes we have to start our flowchart with noun form and sometimes with adjective form following the given or first one. That means here you have to keep in mind that you have to start your flowchart following the first one or the given one. Come to the next rule, number 4, maintain the sequence or chronology of the fact of the given text or passage. So it's also important rule, you have to follow the sequence or fact of the passage or given text, because you know that this is a flow chart. So flow indicates the direction. So you must follow the sequence or chronology of the text. So at first you have to mark the first one or the given one in your passage, and then you have to follow the sequence of that happening of that chronology. Okay, so follow this rule. And then avoid auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs, I mean general auxiliary verbs and also modal auxiliary verbs. And you have to sometimes avoid adverbs also. So you have to try to avoid auxiliary verbs, general auxiliary and modal auxiliaries also. Okay, then start with capital or a small letter. Although there is a controversy with capital letters or small letters, please some help. So you can start with capital letters or with small letters. So here I can add an opinion that as the flowchart points are written in points or phrase, as this is not a full sentence, so you can start your writing with small letters. And then don't put full stop at the end of the end of each point. That means you need not put any kind of full stop in your flowchart. Full stop basically indicates the end of a full sentence, and you know that we usually put full stop after completing a full sentence. So after completing a full sentence we put a full stop. So you are writing a part of a sentence or a phrase or a point, so or a list, so you need not put a full stop here. Write the answer in a box. So as you will be given some boxes, so you have to draw the box and you have to write the sentences, answers in the box. Here you can look the matter, no box, no marks, although the arrow is here. This is a mistake, so look at no box, no marks. Here indicate that if you do not draw any box for answering these questions, you won't be given the marks. So you have to follow this matter. You have to draw the box for answering this question. Show the direction using an arrow. Here you see the arrow will be in this place, but the arrow is somewhat upward. So you have to put arrows between these boxes. That means you have to show the sequence, or you have to show the chronology giving these arrow marks. Okay, so these are the rules, and I think you have got the rules. Now we will go for an exercise. So dear learners, at first you have to go through this text, and this red colored underlined sentences are very, very important, and we will pick the points or the phrases from these red colored underlined sentences. So go through these sentences very, very carefully, and I am taking some times for your reading. So Sabikunnahar Panna, you have written that what is the meaning of chronology. So chronology basically indicates the sequence or the order of something, the order of something. That means it basically indicates the flow of something. Okay, this is chronology. Okay, so I am going through the text. According to some Western legends, Gazipir was a Muslim saint who is said to have spread Islam in the parts of Bengal. So you look at this point. Sorry, sir. So look at this line, spread Islam in the parts of Bengal. So this is the contribution of Gazipir. Okay, spread Islam in the parts of Bengal close to the Sundarbans. He was credited with many miracles. That means he was an extraordinary person, and he was credited with many miracles. It was his quality, or it was his what should I say, extraordinary power. For example, he could supposedly calm dangerous animals and make them docile. So you know from the text that he could calm the dangerous animals, and he also could make them docile. He is usually depicted in purse or a scroll painting riding a fierce-looking Bengal tiger, a snake in his hand, but in no apparent danger. According to some stories, he is he also fought crocodiles who threatened the people of a region full of canals and creeks, indeed a kind of watery jungle bordering the Bay of Bengal. Because of his alert and vigilant presence, all predatory animals were said to have been kept within bounds. It was also believed that he enabled villagers to live close to the forest and jungle and cultivate their lands. Consequently, people so please, the text is basically completed here. Consequently, the people pray to him for their protection. Okay, so go to the next slide. Based on your reading, make a flowchart showing the role and activities, specialities or qualities of Gazipur. So look at this red colored and underlined section. So you have to write a flowchart. You have to write a flowchart, and you have to show the role and activities in your flowchart of Gazipur. At the same time, you have to write the specialities of Gazipur, and at the same time, you have to write the qualities of Gazipur. So you must answer 5 points following this portion. Okay, so your answer follow from here. Answer, you have to write at first the heading for writing the answer, a flow chart showing the role and activities or specialties or qualities of Gazipur is given or furnished below. Okay. So the first one, look at the first one, spreading Islam in the southern parts of Bengal, spreading Islam, spreading. So look at the starting word, spreading, spread plus ing, spreading, spread plus ing, spreading. So spreading means verb plus ing form, spreading Islam in the southern part of Bengal. Sorry. So number 2, you have to try to start with verb plus ing for writing the next ones. Okay. So go to the main text. You see, spread Islam in the parts of Bengal. Spread Islam in the parts of Bengal. This is the first point in our flowchart. So look at the second one, and here was credited with many miracles. So being credited with many miracles. So look at the passage, was credited. I mean, if you get any auxiliary verb, you have to write am being. You have to write being. Okay. So being credited with many miracles. So go to the next one, being empowered to calm dangerous animal. So look at the main text. He could supposedly calm dangerous animals and make them docile. So you can change this portion and you can write being empowered. So you can take this word according to your wish, following the meaning. So being empowered to calm dangerous animals. Okay, fighting crocodiles, threatening people there. So fighting crocodiles, threatening, you see threat plus ing form and fight plus ing form, threatening. And then the fifth one, keeping wild animals within bounds, enabling villagers to live close to forests and jungles. Okay, this is an answer, and you can follow the alternative one. So, or a flowchart showing the role and activities or specialities or qualities of Gazipur is given or furnished below. And if you find that your answer started with the past participle form, credited with many miracles, past participle form, so you have to answer in this way, and you have to start your answer with the V3 form, for following for writing the next ones. Okay. So had ability to calm dangerous animals. You see, had ability, had is the past and past participle form of verb. Okay, and you have to write the third one, made ferocious animals docile, made. So made, we got this made from make, fought with crocodiles, brought predatory animals under control, enabled villagers to live close to forest. So look at this verb, had, made, fought, brought. Okay, so these are the system. So you have to write this flowchart following this, and at the same time you must draw this box, and you should write this box according to the right direction. Okay, right direction. Sometimes students try to write in lower direction, or from upper to lower direction. So I strongly suggest you to write in your copy, and you should write in right direction. Okay, so if you are not able to write in your copy or exam script, you can write making two lines. So you have to draw the box, and you should write it in right direction, and you have to put this type of arrow in your answer. Okay, so So this is the all for flowchart, and I think if you follow this class and if you follow these rules or procedures, you will be able to answer the flowchart